In some unexpected news, Judge Boyce stumps the death penalty for Lori Vallow. What is it with guys in Colorado killing their wives? Delphi witness pleading guilty? Alec Murdaugh has a tough road ahead of him. Idaho bringing back the firing squad. And then finally, our dumb criminal of the day. Let's talk about it. Good day, everyone. My name is Scott Reich, and this is Crime Talk. Thanks for joining us. You know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't, like if you do, leave me a comment below, and hit that little bell so that you receive notifications of when we go live or put up new content. And never forget, you can listen to us anytime, including all of our back catalog at any of your favorite podcasting apps. Just simply search Crime Talk. Now, remember, go to crimetalksearch.com, sign up for that background subscription service today. Why? Because people are not truthful. You need to check them out. Are they telling you the truth? Are they married? Are they truly divorced? Do they have liens against them? Do they have a criminal history? Check them out. We've had more people say, Scott, I signed up for crimetalksearch.com and they were getting involved in a relationship with somebody and things popped up. Yep, and it was bad stuff. Let's just put it that way, like crimes against children, things of that nature. So check people out. They don't tell you the truth. Why are they going to tell you something that's going to make them look bad? Go to crimetalksearch.com. I'm telling you, you'll be happy you did. All right, let's go ahead and get to the docket for March 1st, 2023. So let's go ahead and open the record. Okay, this is breaking news, and this is, well, a little unexpected. And I haven't seen the court's order, but hopefully we'll have it before we go live tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, where we will obviously be discussing the breaking news in the Lori Vallow case. Well, what is the news, you say, Scott? Well, the news is Judge Stephen Boyce, a man who's given the prosecution everything they've wanted, kind of up here till the very end, made a ruling on the motion to dismiss the death penalty against Lori Vallow. And guess what? And he decided no death penalty for Lori Vallow. Now, Judge Boyce granted this motion, removing it from the case, the death penalty, to ensure, quote, the right of the defendant to a fair trial is protected. Now, I'm not really sure what the heck that means since I haven't heard the judge's ruling yet, but I'm going to find out. As you may recall, Lori Vallow's attorneys basically said, hey, there's been a lot of errors throughout this process. The prosecution has failed to turn over documents. Lori Vallow is clearly has mental health issues, and why are we going to do the death penalty? Because frankly, nobody has ever been put to death in Idaho like in the last 38 years. So I'm not exactly sure what they're doing, if he's blaming it on the prosecutors, if it's the mental health issues or what, but tune in tonight at 6 p.m. and hopefully we'll have more information. The judge also ruled on a motion to compel the prosecutors to turn over all written and recorded statements made by Chad Daybell, Lori Vallow's husband, while he was in custody. Obviously, the decision to remove the death penalty applies only to Lori Vallow's case, which is why we really want to see what is going on here. Was it because the case has been set outside a speedy trial? Was it mental health issues? What was it? It's unclear, and since they don't televise these types of things, I got to go listen to the recording, which, like I said, I'll hopefully do that before our live tonight. Anyway, since the cases were severed, it doesn't apply to Chad's case. He still faces the death penalty. Well, needless to say, the prosecutors, the Madison County prosecutors at Rob Wood and Fremont County prosecuting attorney Lindsay Blake were disappointed, and they issued a joint statement. While we are disappointed and respectfully disagree with today's decision, we will continue to vigorously pursue justice for Tammy, Tylee, and JJ. Okay, what does this mean? What this means is Lori Vallow has won. Her attorneys, hats off to them. Regardless of whatever happens here, they've beat the death penalty, okay? I've told you, I've only had one case that was going to go death. We ultimately convinced the district attorney not to go death, but at that point, you knew you had already won. And I also told you, if the prosecutors were going to lose this case, it's going to be on the prosecution. And maybe this kind of continuous failure to disclose and lack of turning over the appropriate evidence at the time is finally coming back to bite them. Remember what I've always said. A good prosecutor is going to turn over the defense, say, I'm going to give you everything you want, and I'm still going to convict your client. When they start holding things back, when they start hiding things, whether intentionally or through incompetence, you know that you're not dealing with prosecutors that are up to the task at hand. And I really liked Mr. Wood. I really did. I thought he was really good in the preliminary hearing. Anyway, what is it with guys in Colorado that want to kill their wives? I don't know. Maybe there's something in the water. Let me just put this out there. Men of Colorado and men of everywhere. If you don't like your wife anymore, well, try to fix it. But if you can't fix it, well, let's not try to kill them or succeed in doing that. Maybe get a divorce, okay? As my divorce attorney told me, you know why divorces are expensive? Because they're worth it, okay? Anyway, if you haven't heard about this Colorado dentist, he's been charged with murdering his wife by poisoning her. How's he poisoning her? Yeah, putting stuff in her protein shakes. And apparently got a little upset when colleagues that he worked with at his dental office found the chemicals that he used to allegedly kill his wife. He even went so far as to warn them not to speak to the police, and that claimed that they didn't know anything about know nothing. Anyway, Jim Craig, he is charged with murdering his wife, Angela, the mother of his 6 children. Well, and the method was by slowly poisoning her to death with potassium cyanide. So his wife, Angela, died on March 18th, 4 days after being admitted to the hospital with dizziness and nausea. She first started feeling sick back on March 6th and visited the hospital twice before she was admitted before dying. Now, Craig was having an affair with a Texas orthodontist who he flew to Colorado while his wife fought for her life in the hospital. I guess he just needed some comforting. And, you know, maybe the guy was looking for some intimacy in some other places. Well, it's probably because his wife was tired taking care of 6 kids. And possibly him, a 7th, okay? Get over it, dude. Anyway, according to the wife's family, Jim had had multiple affairs over the years, had run his dental practice into the ground, and had gambled away thousands of dollars. His wife attempted several times to leave him throughout their 16-year marriage, but he ultimately convinced her to not leave him every time. Well, there's text messages contained within the affidavit for arrest warrant, which reveal how he tried to worm his way out of charges after his colleagues found the potassium cyanide that he had ordered and had delivered to the office. The good doctor first claimed it was a ring for his wife, then conceded that it was indeed poison, but claimed she had ordered it for herself, because that's what people do. They poison themselves. Anyway, when that lie was disproven, he admitted to ordering the potassium cyanide, but claimed it was part of a game of suicide chicken the game had been playing. James said that he ordered the potassium cyanide, but didn't think she would actually take it. He described the situation as being similar to a game of chicken. Yeah, you hurt yourself. No, you hurt yourself. Okay, I double dog dare you. Really? And he's going to expect the jury to believe that. Anyway, at that point, one of the individuals told James to stop talking and get a lawyer. He also claimed his wife was suicidal, hooked on opioids, and that he once drugged her in the past, but only so she couldn't stop him from taking his own life. Well, apparently these stories compounded into incriminating evidence because there were Google searches he carried out for how to mix poison in the days before his wife died. He also complained about a delay in the shipment of more potassium cyanide back on March 9th. The affidavit for arrest warrant also reveals that James had poisoned his wife years earlier. When she began feeling sick on March 6th, she texted him telling him she felt as though she'd been drugged. Disturbingly, the good doctor replied, "Given our history, I know that must be triggering." But just for the record, I didn't drug you. Trust me, I'm your husband. I love you. Anyway, the wife's sister later told the police that he had drugged her years prior and claimed it was an effort to knock her out long enough for him to kill himself undisturbed. For days before she died, he texted her increasingly asking her how she was feeling and what was wrong with her. He expressed concern for her and even told her that he loved her, claiming he had no idea what could possibly be causing her illness. Obviously, we'll give everyone the presumption of innocence, but yeah, that's going to be an interesting case to follow. And who's going to take care of those 6 kids? That's unfortunate. Hopefully the family will step in. Anyway, we'll continue to follow that story. Next, a key witness in the Delphi case pleading guilty. Hey, remember that guy, Keegan Klein? Well, his lawyers have requested a change of plea hearing in their clients' cases. In court documents filed yesterday in Miami County, Klein's counsel asked for his upcoming pretrial conference and jury trial to be lifted and that the change of plea hearing be scheduled. Earlier this month, prosecutors released a list of potential witnesses for the upcoming trial. Mr. Klein apparently hasn't agreed to a plea deal with the state, as outlined in the response filed Monday afternoon by the prosecutors, who've said that the parties have not negotiated a proposed resolution and that any guilty plea would be without a plea agreement from the state, and the sentence would be determined entirely by the court and at their discretion. The prosecutor did not object to a change of plea hearing being set, however, asked that the court convert the scheduled March 30th pretrial into the change of plea so that the matter is not further being delayed. The state additionally requested the court keep Mr. Klein's jury trial date just in case he didn't plead guilty and they'd be ready to go. Change of plea hearing has been scheduled for March 30th. In addition, the court did not vacate the trial date. So what does that mean? He's pleading guilty, unprotected. No plea agreement by the state for any leniency. So apparently they don't need him in that Delphi case, apparently. Anyway, as you may recall, a judge did dismiss 5 of the counts against Mr. Klein back in November, and prosecutors alleged that Mr. Klein used a fake online profile called Anthony Shots to communicate with more than a dozen underage girls in order to solicit photos from them. While he's never been named as a suspect in the Delphi murder of Abby Williams and Libby German, he became linked to the case after it came to light that the Anthony Shots account had communicated with Libby German. Police searched Klein's home in Miami County on February 25th of 2017, less than 2 weeks after the Delphi murders. Investigators also searched a section of the Wabash River near Klein's home, although investigators didn't indicate that they were looking for anything and whether they found anything. So, apparently, his attorney's telling them he has a horrible case. The prosecution is not offering any sort of disposition, so he's going to plead guilty, throw himself on the mercy of the court. Interesting that the state doesn't need him as a witness. Very interesting indeed. Next on the docket, Alec Murdaugh has a tough road ahead of him. The prosecutors who were responsible for the convictions of Alec Murdaugh in relation to the death of his wife, Maggie, and son, Paul, say that they're going to continue to pursue the numerous financial crimes currently charged against Alec Murdaugh to ensure that he dies in prison. The Attorney General, Alan Wilson, and Deputy General Creighton Waters say they want to do everything possible to get justice for all of Murdaugh's other victims. These victims deserve their day in court, and we're going to pursue every case that involves every other victim. Makes sense. Anyway, there are currently 99 pending charges against Alec Murdaugh for alleged financial crimes, including breach of trust, money laundering, tax evasion, fraud, and forgery. Pursuing those cases could mean holding trials in as many as 5 different counties across South Carolina. However, if convictions were secured, they could ensure that the disgraced lawyer stays in prison for life, pursuant to the South Carolina 3 strikes law, which would take any chance of parole off the table. But even if the prosecutors didn't get a minimum number of new convictions to ensure Murdaugh stay in prison for life, Waters said that the state will still prosecute all viable cases. And this is why they're coming after him so hard, other than the fact that he's a completely manipulative killer. The state says, quote, "We are talking about somebody who allegedly has abused that diploma on the wall that we, as lawyers, all have, and did so in a way that is unparalleled. Can't disagree. And obviously, Alec Murdaugh did not do himself any good by confessing to all of those other 99 crimes on the witness stand under oath. Yes, the prosecution can use that testimony against him. Obviously, Alec Murdaugh has appealed his murder convictions, and we'll see if that gets reversed. The only real issue there would be allowing in the 404B evidence, whether it was kind of excessive and whether the judge allowed in too much. As you may recall, Jim Griffin opened the door to that bad character evidence when they basically said Alec Murdaugh was a good guy, good dad, etc. Certainly, the people that make that opinion can have the basis of their testimony or their opinion tested, but it doesn't necessarily mean they get to bring in all that evidence. It just means you get to ask the witness normally, are you aware that he did this, i.e. stole money? Are you aware that he hid this, lied to these people, etc.? And if they say, yes, I'm aware of that, I keep my opinion, or I wasn't aware of that, gee, I maybe changed my mind, that's the extent of it. You normally don't get to bring in direct evidence of all those other crimes. Idaho. Necessity is the mother of invention. Where there's a will, there's a way. Well, guess what? They'll need one less bullet in Idaho because Lori Vallow is not facing the death penalty anymore. Anyway, the Idaho State Senate on Monday voted 24-11 to pass a bill aimed at reviving the firing squad as a death penalty option amid a supply shortage of lethal injection drugs. And House Bill 186, which passed the State House of Representatives with a 50-15-5 vote earlier this month, gives the authorities the option to order death by firing squad if lethal injection drugs are unavailable within 5 days of the issuance of the death warrant. The bill will now go to Idaho Governor Brad Little's desk next week. His office has not said whether they're going to sign the bill or veto the bill. We will see. Now, according to the Death Penalty Information Center, 4 other states have an option for a firing squad, although its use is extremely rare. The states are Mississippi, Oklahoma, Utah, and South Carolina. And together, they have killed 3 condemned prisoners by firing squad since 1976. A little trivia for you there. Anyway, Utah brought back the firing squad in 2015 due to its struggles with the lethal injections, and the practice was legal in Idaho until 2009, but had never actually been used by the time the lawmakers got rid of the firing squad. Idaho currently has 8 death row inmates, and prosecutors have not yet ruled out seeking the death penalty in the high-profile quadruple murder that left 4 University of Idaho students dead and Brian Koberger charged with those murders. Like many Americans, we got a dog during the pandemic. My quarantine dog, Miss Winnie the Bulldog. Now, Miss Winnie has grown accustomed to being around us all the time. When we were leaving the house, Winnie would have extreme anxiety, so we decided to look for natural products to help with her anxiety. We looked for the highest quality CBD treats, and we were not satisfied, and neither was Winnie. So we created a high-quality CBD product that absorbs faster and provides the required results faster. Baked in Colorado, CBD treats and beverage enhancers are made with nanotechnology. The nanotechnology makes the CBD extraction more pure, also allows for Baked in Colorado products to work faster. Baked in Colorado products can help reduce your pet's anxiety, ease joint pain, and help with your dog's skin problems. Go to our online store and see what Baked in Colorado product is best for your dog. When you order at bakedincolorado.com, enter code WINNIE and receive 15% off your first order. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If your dog does not experience the desired results in 30 days, return the product and we will refund your money. No questions asked. And finally, our dumb criminal of the day. Yes, this goes into the category of you just can't make this stuff up. After using a butter knife to cause extensive paint damage to a 2023 Nissan, a Missouri man vacationing in Florida copped to the criminal mischief, describing his felonious conduct as a spring break mistake. The catch is, that's right, the defendant is 52 years old and a real estate executive, not a college kid partying in Florida for spring break. Now, according to the arrest affidavit, the vehicle's owner, a married couple, spotted a man standing near their car Thursday evening and making motions near the driver's side door. When the couple confronted the man, he laughed and ran off down the street. Upon examining the car, the couple discovered that the entire side of their car had been scratched and had extensive paint damage. Lying next to the car on the floor was a silver butter knife that was used to cause the damage. The car, which was parked outside the Toasted Monkey restaurant, sustained damage in excess of $1,000, making it a felony. And guess what? A review of the security camera. Do they have that anywhere in today's world? Can you believe it? Of course, it's everywhere. Anyway, a review of the security camera footage yielded a clear image of the suspect, and the police determined that he was in fact the vandal and put his own phone number down on the Toasted Monkey's wait list. After calling the number, police met up with Clifford Craig Edwards, who admitted to the crime post-Miranda warning and termed the offense a spring break mistake. Needless to say, Mr. Edwards no longer enjoying his spring break when he was arrested on a felony criminal mischief charge. He was released from the county jail after his wife posted a $2,000 bond. Now, Mr. Edwards purports to be a Missouri resident and a licensed real estate salesperson, according to his LinkedIn page. We'll see when he gets back to Missouri whether he is still the director of Bryan Properties that manages residential developments. Who knows how that's going to work out for him. But, sir, you are a dumb criminal of the day. Yes, I don't know. Did these people take your table at the Monkey restaurant? I don't know. But you had to have known that there were cameras, and you left your phone number at the front desk so that they can notify you via text message that your table was ready. Congratulations, sir. You are our dumb criminal of the day. Congratulations. You made it. Please join us 6 p.m. Mountain Time tonight. We'll be talking about the judge throwing out the death penalty in Lori Vallow's case, which starts in just a couple of weeks. Join us. We'll see you next time.